Tonya J. Powers is on the line right now. Tonya, of course, in Philadelphia with the very exciting Democratic National Convention. Tonya, I guess it was no surprise after the WikiLeaks leak of emails and all of that there'd be a little controversy, but here we are. It seemed to be a wild day yesterday in Philadelphia.
It did. Of course, you had the speeches last night, and there was a very powerful one by Michelle Obama. A lot of people, really seemed energized by that. But the Bernie Sanders speech is the one that a lot of people were listening for last night to, see what he was going to tell his supporters. And he said, the fight for his ideals is not over, but he did tell his supporters that, he stands with Hillary.
Yeah. And during the day, though, it seemed that in prime time after 10 p.m. last night, the Bernie Sanders supporters had calmed just a bit, but during the day it was not like that at all.
No, it was not like that at all. There were people inside the arena last night. They had tape over their mouths saying silence with the DNC, and they were holding up Bernie signs, and there was no shortage of that inside either. But the protest outside, I think about 50 people were cited for, disorderly conduct, that kind of thing yesterday. There were a lot of protests, and it was very hot. They were out there. They were, making their voices heard.
Listen, it was very interesting to watch, and I guess it's hard for me to understand when I watch both the Republican and the Democratic conventions. When you see these delegates, how unbelievably passionate they become. Like they'll cry. You saw the Bernie Sanders people crying yesterday, but you saw them crying during Obama's speech. They cry whether they love it or they hate it, and it was on both sides. It was at the Republican convention as well. These delegates are really all in.
Oh, they are, absolutely. When you go out, actually, if you know the behind-the-scenes stuff, when you go out through the concourse of the arena as the delegates get there, you see some of it on TV, but the outfits that people wear. I saw one person yesterday who had on a cape, like an actual, like the Superman cape, except instead of the Superman logo, it had the Hillary logo on the back that had been sewn on there. This was something. These things take some time. This is not something that these folks, woke up this morning and decided, hey, I think I'll wear that.
Hey, can I just talk about one inside, a little behind the curtain type thing? I'm hearing, and I know some people that are there, and in the media, that unlike the Republican, the Republican convention, obviously it's a little tough on media to get around and to get places, but things were relatively comfortable and convenient in Cleveland. But in Philadelphia, everything is really stretched out all over the place. You're not given the Wi-Fi, the things that you need in order to do your job. It's a little tough there. Do you feel any of that?
I haven't really had that kind of a problem. I don't know. I'm sure some people may have had some trouble here and there, but I haven't had that much of a problem. We've got some really, really great logistics people who were on the ground here way before, last week, and worked out most of the issues I think that some people may have had.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that the things going on during the day are actually in the city. We're in the arena area, which is south of the city by, several minutes. So we're not. That is one thing that is a little more difficult. Things are spread out as far as the daily press briefings. Those are held in a different part of the city.
Got it. Okay.
So we are here at the arena.
And I would ask you for tonight. It looks like on the docket for tonight is President Bill Clinton is scheduled tonight. Yes,
he is the main speaker tonight. They will feature also the roll call vote. That's the other thing people will be watching for tonight.
Yeah, and you got to be anticipating just a little bit President Clinton. And she's gone. If the Bernie Sanders people start any of the chanting, Christine, the one thing that we found and it seems as Clinton is getting older, and we saw it out on the campaign trail, sometimes he just doesn't care and he says stuff. I kind of wonder what will happen. Like, he gets angry and scolds. I wonder if if any of the Bernie supporters can get underneath Bill Clinton's skin tonight. Wouldn't that be interesting to see?
That would be interesting. I think that Bill Clinton, though, is a big crowd favorite. So, I don't know. I don't see as much adverse reaction to his speech.
Interesting stuff, though. In Philadelphia, we all thought it was going to be the Republicans. Turns out the chaos is in Philly with the Democrats. Pretty wild.